Hi everyone, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Well, here's Sandra Hernandez, Vita Flumen, now hosting a Street Macadam live in English. Thank you so much to stay for this invitation. I usually host Spanish lives, and this is my first time in English here in Street Macadam. So, hi everyone, and welcome. Today I'm very happy to be in conversation with Loder, Iris Loder, a street photographer based in Rotterdam whose work explores light, emotion, and the beauty of everyday life. So let's invite her. Just, wait a second. So we are waiting for Iris.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How
How are
are you,
you?
Iris?
I'm good. A little bit nervous, but I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Fine. I was so looking forward to chat with you. So welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. I feel very honored. So, yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
So
I'm a little
it's
bit
like good.
nervous.
Yeah. So let's start. And I would love to start with a very simple question, but important. And how did you come to photography? Was there a specific moment when you realized this was something you needed to do?
Yes, I think there was. When I was a child, I would go to my grandparents twice a year. They lived in South England, and my grandmother was very good at, keeping albums and all the photos. And I remember there was one album with photos of my grandparents before war, during war, and after war. And I always wanted to look through those photos just every year. And every time I was like making up my own stories. And I think I realized quite early on that they were very important. You know, not everyone had these photos, and especially the ones in the prisoner of war camp. I mean, it was very rare back then, obviously, to have photos, and let alone, they're my family and stuff. So looking through those, I just got really, really interested in photos. And I was very little at the time. And then when I was 9, I got my first camera.
Wow.
So yeah, I've always loved photographs. I don't know why that is so much, but I've always loved photographs. And like when I was younger, I used to always, like in my teenage years, I had Marilyn Monroe, James Dean. I had black and white photos, black and white street photos, even on my wall, like at posters. I also had George Michael and all the rest, but
Oh yeah. we all have George Michael
yeah,
posters.
I
Yeah.
was going to marry him, never mind. But and also, but I just loved photos, and I kind of always would make up stories. I think in my head when I looked at photos, I didn't just, I don't know, I just saw a photo and then would make up my own little story about it. And I think that that's where, especially the street photography is born, because obviously I do portraits and I didn't always do street as I intensely as I do now, but that's definitely where the street portraits are is born. It's just stories, little stories of real
Yeah.
people, really. So yeah, that's where it all started, and I've been doing it this intensely, I think, for about 5 years, and I've been on Instagram, I think, with Iris Straat photo for about,
Yes.
yeah, for 4 years, I think now. I met someone in the street, a friend of mine, and we had a conversation. Well, he's now a friend of mine, but I didn't know him at the time. We had a conversation, and the rest
Yeah.
is history. So Yeah, here I am.
Oh, good, good. So cool to have you here. And do you remember which was your first camera?
No, God, that's really awful, isn't it? I don't. I had one of those ones. Oh, this is really embarrassing. I'm really old, by the way. So I had one of those. I
I,
don't. Uh, it was like a
I
shape.
will understand. Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't remember. I think that's really bad though, because I had one that was like that shape. Do they
Yes.
exist? I can remember like in the
Yes. Oh,
80s. Do you
wait.
have like old cameras? Oh my God. Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like
Oh my
this.
God. I had one of those. Wow. How old is that? How old is
I
that?
found it. I found it
Yeah,
in
from
a
Kodak or
bazaar.
something.
It's a
Oh
Kodak.
my goodness. Yeah, Kodak. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I haven't seen that for
And
ages. That is
I really love
amazing.
this thing that you can hold the camera this way and just, it was
Yeah.
like,
I don't, yeah, because, oh wow, this is really good. But I have, and I also had like we had like a Polaroid as well. Do you remember the first ones when now they're kind of like all a bit of a gimmick. But when it
yes,
first, I'm sort of doing the actions of the photos coming out. Sorry, but you know there was a Polaroid. I didn't have a Polaroid, but I had one of those, and there was quite a lot of throwaway cameras back then as well. I was using throwaway camera, you know, the ones that you just get developed and
yeah,
stuff. So obviously
yes,
I was shooting film a lot throughout my uh, youth. Well, we called it film. We didn't call it analog at the time. We just called it film
yes,
back then.
yes, exactly.
Sorry. And then yeah, when digital came in, I got like digital, but I didn't have like I the first one I got was a Canon, just like, you know, but for a long time I just had pocket digital cameras, but then I was just taking, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't taking pictures as I am now. You know,
Yes.
when I it's kind of gone up and down with my photography, but yeah, I've been doing it pretty intensely now for 4 years, so I can't imagine life without it, to be honest. So cool. Anyway, I love it. I love it. I love it. But
Yeah.
anyway,
So what does the street give you that maybe other kind of photography don't?
Um, Street gives me a real buzz. It's
Mm.
addictive. The high of a good shot is stupidly short. It's very short, but it's very addictive. And street is also good for my mental health. So basically, if I need to, instead, some people do yoga or they do meditation, and I just grab my cameras and go out on the street. Because once I'm out on the street, I'm in my own little world and I'm observing and I cannot think of other things. I have to constantly observe. As you know, you're constantly looking, you're on the whole time, which basically, strangely enough, clears your head because you can't think of all your worries and your problems and you're just looking for the shot. And I'm very much a hunter as well. I mean, I do fishing. I do when I feel a little bit patient. I'm not patient. It's not a characteristic of mine. So I'm hunting. So I'm constantly looking. So I think it's probably also just really good for my mental health as well, just to get out on the streets and clear my head. And then obviously getting the shot. Because you know what it's like when you don't get the shot. And I've had days, weeks like that as well. But you know, yeah, getting a shot is amazing. Or finding light, you know, it's like incredible. You kind of just think,
Yes.
ah, the light, you know, and I've got to go out because of the light. And yeah, it's I don't know, it's just my happy place. I'm sorry, I'm
Oh,
babbling.
that's beautiful. And I absolutely feel you because I say the same. For me, it's a kind of meditation because
Yeah,
it makes me stay in present tense.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I cannot
exactly.
think about anything else
No,
but the present tense. And that's
yeah,
amazing. Yes,
yeah,
that's good for mental health. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. You're in the now. You're in the now,
Yes, in the
and
now.
it's so. I mean, that's just, yeah, that's what makes it. And it's also like, I mean, I've got an actual example. I did a reel as well, but I can do it on here as well. Is beginning of last year, I was going through quite a lot because my mother was ill. So I was having to take care of her, and there was a lot going on in my life. And I had, I mean, I saw that my photos were getting quite dark as well because I was going through a dark time. But there was one photo which I'll show you, which I took when I really thought my life looked like it could change for the worse quite quickly. Mum couldn't get medication, and we were kind of like just really, really worried and really, really stressed. And I didn't really know what to do. I felt very numb, and I felt very alone. I'm an only child. I've got one living parent, and it was all just so much. So I went
Yes.
out, like this, what we were talking about, and the light was grey, the light was dull. It was just, I was just thinking, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this? And I can't take photos anymore. And maybe I should just give it all up and forget it. And then I took this photo, which this photo actually means so much to me because of that. And I saw the table and chairs. I don't know if you can see
Oh,
it. It's a
yes.
light. So I saw this, and then I saw a table for two, but I saw it as not as a lonely place, but as a chance for something nice could happen. Do you know what I mean? Something could, an opportunity for something nice to happen. And I saw that table and chairs, and for the first, I just stood there for a while. And when that man walked into it, and it all, so that's, there's so much more behind a photo than just a
Of
photo.
course. Yeah.
So much more. I think a lot of people are very kind of looking at other photographers, looking at other people, kind of looking up to them almost. Photos are made, I think, through life. And what's happening in your life, and that influences how you take photos. I think it does for me anyway. It does for me anyway. I don't know if it does for everyone, but yeah. So that's an important photo, and it will always be an important photo for me. So yeah. And I don't tell anyone usually. I never explain my photos. It's up to you or anyone
Really?
else to see their story. I don't have any influence whether anyone likes them or don't like. I mean, I can't make people like my photos. Do you know what I mean? I like them, they're important to me, and that's it really. Sorry, I'm talking about
No,
life.
no. And that's true because that's where the dialogue between photographer and observer starts.
Yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
that's really interesting because sometimes people have another uh, idea or another view from your own work, and that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah. I quite actually quite like hearing people's
Yes.
what they see, because obviously it's so different to what I've seen. And I quite like hearing that. What's your story on my photo? And and some people might not even like my work. They might just think, well, she's just an uneducated photographer who. But yeah, I'm just so passionately, stupidly passionate about it. Anyone that knows me knows that. You have to be. You have to be. You can't keep doing
Yes.
this if you're not. It's just
Yes.
not possible.
Yes. Yes. You have to be very obsessive with that.
Yeah.
Yes. Almost obsessive. Yes.
Well, I am sometimes quite obsessive, yeah. But
And
no.
Iris, you often talk about instinct and emotion. And what does it feel like when you're out photographing?
I'm very happy, but sometimes slightly frustrated. Sometimes because that's when the thing. If you think too much, that's when it all goes wrong. And then sometimes I've got plan. Well, I don't ever plan it actually, but I'll go out and think, yeah, I'm in the right mood and I'm going to get some shots today, and the light's good and everything's good, and I just don't get anything, and that can be quite frustrating. But generally out on the streets, it's like I said, it's my happy place, and I'm there because I want to be there. I'm not there because someone said I had to be. I like creating is a way, like I like what you said earlier, it's a way of expressing what's happening in my life without having to tell people. I think people don't realize how personal it is as well. you know uh yeah, so it's just a really, I just really like it. And the streets have got so much to offer, haven't they? I mean, they really have. There's so many stories out there. There's so many good shots. And
Yes,
beautiful
there's
cities.
like a lot of diversity outside, and not a
Yes.
lot of things happening.
What about just the light? Just being able, how wonderful is it to be able to appreciate good light? It's free, you know, and it's there, and there is nothing. And I think people forget. Yeah, I don't know. I just think people forget that. And there is a lot. And also, I'd like to say there are a lot of really, really decent human beings out there, because sometimes in this
Yes,
crazy world, we think there aren't anymore, but there are really gorgeous people out there. So it's always nice meeting them as well. But yeah, no,
yes,
that's basically it.
yes. And how does your uh, city, Rotterdam, shape your way of seeing? Is architecture, the light, the people, the rhythm of the city?
Um, I'd say the people and the rhythm, because the people, there's a lot of different cultures.
Yes.
I'm more orientated on people than I am on buildings. I prefer the city, the gritty side streets and the underdogs in life. I quite like the underdogs, so I quite like the city side. So when I go to Amsterdam, for instance, because I'm in Rotterdam, Amsterdam.
Mm.
I do go to Antwerp and I go to London. And when I'm in Amsterdam, you've got all the canals and all, but I actually prefer the side streets and stuff. I'm not really someone that likes to take photos of pretty streets as such. So Rotterdam has got so much diversity. There's new and old, and I think the people, there's a lot of different kinds of people, and that's I find that really inspiring. I kind of, I quite like the diversity of it, especially that. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, and that's why you make these amazing portraits.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. No. Yeah. And I mean, I think in my street, if I look through my feed now, I think, oh, there's a lot of women in there, isn't there? I do like taking photos of women. I
How do
think
you approach these people?
with my street portraits, or just with the
Yes, yes,
people.
with your portraits.
Um, I mean, some of them are done commissions, and that I take people out on the streets, and they kind of I know from, and the spontaneous street portraits. Well, that's something that actually I find so scary. I find it really, really scary, but I never let fear win, never. And yeah, I know it's, oh gosh, God, I do, I find it really. So I'm kind of like, yeah. So I just once Gary Lashmer once said, you've got to approach people how you want them to act. So I basically just walk up with a massive smile and sort of go, oh, hi, I'm a photographer. But I'm really nervous doing it. People think I'm really confident, but I'm actually not. And I just find it really scary. And I think it's also because I don't particularly like having my photo taken. So I'm asking them to do something that I don't like myself or something. I don't know. But I approach them happy, and I approach them like how I want them to react. And, I'm hoping that they respond. And you get a few no's, but most of the time I get a yes. And then and also I have a conversation with them, because I really do enjoy, actually sort of finding out who they are and stuff. Like, not for hours, but so yeah, just approach them like you want to be approached, like you want them to react. Sorry.
Yes,
With a
yes.
big smile. I smile
Yeah.
a lot and I laugh a lot. And I'm clumsy. Sorry, I'm so not
And
cool.
how is your mindset different when you are doing portraits, that your studio portraits or your commissioned portraits versus street photography? Is your mindset the same? Is it different?
Well, I don't do studio, so I do all my work is outside. I'm best at working with natural light. So my mindset when I'm doing commissioned work is finding the right light, location light. I'm very much influenced by the location. So
Mhm.
even though no one else can see the location on the photo, I can, and I'm quite influenced by it. So that's that's the sort of bit I need to get right, the lighting and the location for the people. The people obviously have to feel comfortable. Um, and then it's getting them how I want them. It's getting them so they look like they're getting them through my lens, and I've got certain ways of doing that, but there's a big listening to music beforehand. Music is huge, not only an influence but also a really big support. I really need music, so before I go to the shoot, I'm all kind of like, when people go to the gym and they kind of go, oh, I do that with music. I'm just kind of getting into my own world, because even then I'm kind of in my own world with them, but I'm kind of bringing them into my own world. This might all sound really crazy, I'm sorry, but it makes sense in my head.
Yes, it makes sense. It makes
Yeah,
sense to
so,
me too.
oh, good, I'm glad. Um, but it's just because I want them comfortable, because if someone's feeling uncomfortable, you're going to see that on the face, aren't you? That's just so yeah. But I'm always doing it outside, so I use what weather I have. Whatever happens that day, whatever light I've got that day, I have to adapt. So I'm thankfully quite good at adapting, and that is where street has come in handy, because in street you adapt too, don't you, to what you have. I mean, if I go to London for a weekend and it rains all weekend, I have to go out and shoot in the rain. If the
Yes,
sun's shining and it's 40 degrees, I have to shoot in 40 degrees. Do you know what I mean? You adapt, so you can use that in your portrait work as well.
yes.
Well, I do. I use that in my portrait work anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. And talking about street photography, is there a time of day when you feel most connected to your work?
Oh, that's a really good question. No, I don't think so. I used to go out really early, but I did more cityscape then. No, but it will be definitely during the day. I don't go out in the evenings or
Okay.
late afternoon. I'm a bit of a morning person, so I guess I would go. Someone just said 6 a.m. No, Roger, I don't go. I used to go for sunrises. They are amazing. Have you
Oh,
ever done
yes.
sunrises? Oh, when the city's like waking up and
Yes.
you get, oh, it's amazing. Maybe I should do that again before summer hits, because otherwise they're too early.
Yes.
Um, no, I definitely during the day. So end of the morning, beginning of afternoon, mate. But it's a good question. I've never thought about it though. I've just gone out when it's right. When I've just thought, oh, the light's so good, I've got to get out, or I've got time, or well, actually, I
Yeah.
always make time. By the way, I'm not. I quite easily just cancel all my plans and got to go over my camera. But yeah,
So good. Because it's every different moment of the day is kind of has a mood.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It does, doesn't it? I might
So
go out later on in the summer. I might go out like end of the day, early evening, because I don't think I've really ever done much of that. And see
yeah.
what my photos. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that and see how my photos are then. Because yeah, you're right. How come I
Yeah.
never thought of that? That's really
Yes,
funny.
I really love afternoons, for example,
Yeah.
where that's the sunset, and after the sunset, when we have these artificial lights, and it's a different mood. It's more kind of mysterious. It has um, the colors with light. I love color. Then that's my next question to you, because your work is black and white. Why did
Yeah.
you choose to work in black and white?
I mean, I used to do both. When like yeah, I used to do both, and I have got a very small amount of coloured photos. In fact, in one of the captured books is a coloured photo, or there are coloured photos. But black and white, I think there was this little point when suddenly I just didn't. My photos didn't look right in colour, and I preferred them in black and white, and then I mean, I've always loved black and white photos, and that will be from that book that I was talking about at the beginning of the live, and also with my dad's photos of my dad. He was a musician. They're all black and white, quite rock and roll. Backstage, on stage. So that black and white, the Marilyn Monroe, the James Dean, it's all that kind of, that old school. But I think with my own photography, there was just this point when I did my first solo exhibition, we decided to do just purely black and white. And even though it was really grey light, I was still, yeah. And I actually prefer, I don't know what it is, but I just prefer my photos in black and white. And I think it's got a little bit of that rock and rollness, which I'm not rock and roll, but my dad was. I just pretend I am a bit, but I'm not
Yes.
at all. And I don't know, it suits me. It suits me. And I've tried because I've got, the cameras, I've got a Fujifilm and a Ricoh, and they're both great with color,
Yeah.
great. And yet
Yeah.
still I flip it to black and white because I do shoot in color. I shoot in color, by the way. I don't shoot in black and white. And then
Oh,
I flip
and
it.
then
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just prefer to see it in color, and then I'll flip it, and I can see instantly, like I can see this is really weird, but I can see in color. I can see if it's going to be an all right photo in black and white. I don't know how. I don't know how my
Oh,
brain
yes, because
works.
your eye is already trained for that.
Yeah. So everything I'm looking at will contrast, lighting, um, yeah, everything. It's all, and it's as it's split second decisions, isn't it? It's just a boom. It's split second. You'll see. Oh, like my last photo on my Instagram, there was this amazing light, and then it's just waiting. It's the right person coming in, right, and but it's all very quick. It's all very quick. I'm actually quite impressed how quick it is because there are moments when I'm not that quick at thinking. you know, yeah,
Yes.
I'm not. Sorry, I'm not always that, but with photography, I am. It's all just very quick, very instinctive. Yeah, instinctive it is, isn't it? That's definitely the case.
Yes. And at the beginning of our conversation, you told us that you are more a hunter than a fisher. And
Yeah.
how does it work? Please tell us more about that. It's interesting because I don't know if I can label myself. It's if a hunter or fisher because sometimes I think or I feel I need to do specifically one of both. So,
Oh, yeah. Um, I think I was going to see if I've got any examples actually, because I think
oh, great.
it's to do with it's a patience thing, isn't it? So I like I said about the table. If I see something, and I think this is going to be wrong with the glasses, because obviously you've got really cool glasses on as well, by the way.
Oh,
So
thanks.
I like you already, but
Me too, yours. I'm obsessed with glasses.
Yeah, me too,
Yeah.
me too. Well, on this photo, you'll see that. So, of course, I
Oh,
saw the glasses. Sorry, the light's a bit weird. So, I'm seeing this and the light and everything. And because I really wanted that one, I will then take time to get everything in, to get her. I mean, not that to get the right person kind of thing. So it's always one thing that will attract me and that will make me stop. And I love doing it, but I couldn't do it every time because I mean, I think this one would have taken about 10 minutes. I know people that like spend hours in one spot waiting for the right I mean, honestly, I could not do that because I get a little bit I just can't. I don't know, it's not in my character. And then so those two actually I showed you. Now this is one, the girl later I spoke to. This is oh, can you see
oh,
it? They're
beautiful.
really big. So this is basically, sorry about that light.
No, it's
I
beautiful.
saw that scene, and then I went up and took the photo. Later, I asked her, "Can I take the photo?" But obviously, the first photo that she doesn't know is the
Yeah.
best one. and then later on I took a few more. So also a different thing. That's seeing a scene and really come, I've got to go and get it. I've got to get that scene. And then I've got my actual proper hunting photos. That's this kind of photo. So basically you're out, I see that
Oh,
pocket of light, this was also taken with the dark phase, what I'm talking about with my mum. So
oh,
yeah, that I was having quite a bad day, and I went up to Amsterdam, and I wasn't getting any shots. And this Amsterdam's great because it's got really narrow streets, and then you've got the light coming in. But this
yeah,
is literally walking. So I take this photo, and then we pass each other. So it's basically a passing, and
yes.
that's the ones I love the most personally. I'll see if I've got any more. Sorry about this. I'm not being very professional, am I? Prints. That's not one. Oh, this one. I don't know if anyone will like this one. I love this photo. This is a really light version, but this is a bit pop arty. Can you see? That's really black and white
Oh,
in the
yes.
market. Um, and this is also me through the market, and yeah, seeing her with her
Yes.
this just looking really cool, and it being quite really white, and I love that sharp contrast. And
Yes.
this is kind of pop art. I've got photos that are a bit like this, and but these are all hunting, so these are me literally passing people, so I have to time it right. I see them. I mean, I've got with my lens, I can't zoom in or anything. So it's timing it right. So that's what I mean about. And that's such a kick when you get that, because it's a split second. I don't do bursts. I don't do anything. It's literally that second. You either
Yes.
get it or you don't. So
Yes, you
for
have to
me,
be aware
oh
in
yeah,
the, yes, and just, yeah,
in a
ready
trance.
to shoot.
Yeah, you have to be like, I mean, I'm sort of pointing to the corner of my room. You have to be there. You have to be, yeah, yeah, exactly. You have to time it right. So you see the person. With that pocket of light, it was the light that I first saw, and then the person. And then the right person walked in with his
Yes.
white bag. Yeah, so those are the hunting ones. And when I feel a little bit patient,
Uh-huh.
then because I've got another pop arty one which I showed in my, oh, sorry about this, guys. Um, that was the phone box one. I think people who've seen that video. Yeah, this is really working well. I should have had them in some kind of one. Oh, this is quite a cool one as well. I quite like this one. Don't know if anyone else will. A lot of white and black.
Oh,
But see,
wow.
so it's very, I do like my whites and blacks, don't I? Oh yeah, this is the
Oh,
London
nice.
one. So
Yes.
this is like me, this is that another patient one when I see the phone box. So like everyone, when you see this kind of photo of mine, it's usually one thing has drawn me to it. And I was in London, I didn't have much time. I was on the Dare workshop, and yeah, the graffiti, the phone box, and not forgetting that this kind of stuff in black and white, I don't know if it's more difficult than it is in color. I'm not sure, that layering effect. I'm not sure, to be honest, but that took me about 10 minutes as well. So yeah,
Yes.
okay. Well,
Patient, but
these are
it's
some,
very graphic.
yeah, because you can see it here a bit as well.
Yeah.
I like street art, so I like graffiti and that. So I've either got the graphic or a little bit romantic.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just explaining my own photos here. I don't know actually. How would you explain my work? I'm sort of
How, how, for example,
sorry.
have you have you ever loved an image but decided not to publish it, just to keep it for yourself, for example?
I think I've got a load of images of people full face, which I do
Okay.
not post on Instagram.
Yes.
I've got like I've got a whole thing in my laptop. I think I've got some really cool photos, but I just don't want to post them because it's full face of people, and I'm not, I mean, I do post. Obviously, people can see parts of the face, half of the face, but if I haven't got the permission, I don't want it to be. And so yeah, I've got photos, quite a lot of photos of what people are wearing, how they're doing their hair, that kind of thing. So in 20 years' time, those photos will be quite fun to look at, because it will be the street. It's still black and white, but the street style of today, or
Yes.
last year or the year before. So it'll be the street style of 2022 to 2020 now, kind of thing. And so those I don't publish, no. But I do like them. There's some really gorgeous ones out there, because then no one knows they're having their photo taken. So the facial expressions are really, I mean, I like that. I don't want to be noticed. I don't want to be seen. I don't want people to suddenly, because you know what it's like when someone sees the camera, they just change.
Yes.
Everything
Yes.
changes. So yeah, there's a lot of those kind of photos which I've got in my computer, which I don't put on Instagram, but which I really like. Maybe I can always bundle them together one day. But yeah, I don't know. But it's the street style more, I think. I quite like that, because
Yeah.
I'm very influenced by the streets of New York in, say, the late 70s, early 80s. The bucket hats, the ghetto blasters, the gold chains, break
Oh, uh-huh.
dancing. And it's just like, oh, when I see photos of that, I'm like, oh, I wish I'd been there. I wish I'd been there. And there's so much going on the streets. And it's just like that. I just find that really, I love looking at that. I could look at those kind of photos all the time. So it's not like I'm doing the same, but yeah, they seemingly are quite ordinary, but I reckon in 20 years' time they'd be really cool, because then we'd be like, it's like the 90s,
Oh,
which
yes.
still feels like 10 years ago, doesn't it?
Yes, I know. It's crazy.
It's,
It's
I
crazy.
was
It
like,
feels like yesterday. I
yeah,
know.
it does not feel like, how long is it? 30 years. I mean, like 19, it doesn't, does it? I doesn't. I was like, I turned 50 at the end of last year in November, and I'm like, no, I
Oh,
couldn't
I was
believe
born in
it.
November too,
Were you? What date?
27.
I'm 29. And
Oh,
that's
cool.
and what
Sagittarius rules.
yeah. And what my voice has got really high. What's your birth year? What year were you born? Or do you not want to say? You don't have to say.
74.
Oh,
74.
I'm 75. Oh, that must
Oh,
be
so
really
cool. Yeah. Yes, yes. Arriba,
two
Sagitario.
Sagittarians. Oh, you've put two Sagittarians in a room. Is that
Yeah, exactly. We rule the world.
lots of fun, lots of fun. Oh, that's
Yes.
so cool. That's
Yes.
so cool. Yeah, because I was watching a few videos of yours, but obviously because you speak Spanish and I don't, like, I don't speak a word. But it's so nice. It's so sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to
And
start practicing a bit of Spanish for you, but won't bother.
and Iris, can you were talking about looking these pictures from the 70s and all of these. Can you name some of your references, your favorite photographers, or maybe artists, if you have another kind of references
the
beyond
only
photography?
the only person who I really have, who is an influence on me, or who I kind of my hero, and that's Anton Cobain. I don't know if you know who Anton Cobain is, but Anton Cobain is my hero. Basically, he's a living legend. Basically, I love his work. I really love his work, and I loved his work ethics, and that he always did, and he always has done throughout his career, done what he wants to do rather than what I think that's, but I really, really, really like Anton Corbijn. So I think that's the only photographer. And other than that, it's more to do with seeing photos, and often I don't know who they are. It's like I said, I'm quite uneducated as far as studying other photographers, or I mean, my influences come much more through music and that sort of thing than they do. I mean, obviously, I love looking at photos, and that's why I quite like looking at Instagram, or I like going to an exhibition and getting inspired. But I would say that life is probably more inspiring. Life and music, and what's going on is more inspiring for me than others. But Anton Corbijn is he's definitely my hero. Yeah, yeah. I think
Oh,
everyone knows this. He's
great.
just,
I
I don't
don't know his
know.
work. I will look for his
Yeah,
work.
you must. He's yeah, and once again, that's just taste, isn't it? It's just some people. I don't know. I think everyone's got their own favorites, haven't they? So it's uh, it's cool. But no,
Yes. Yes, it's yeah, yeah. And are you working in a kind of long-term project, or what are you working on now?
At the moment, I mean, I would love to do another solo exhibition. That's always like one of these dreams, and then also how I want it. I'm kind of, at the moment, I'm doing my street and I'm doing my street portraits, but I'm also doing portrait work. So I'm kind of, that's something I've really been working more on as well. Last end of last year and this year, kind of like doing that. I've got some work hanging near Rotterdam now, 3 pieces that for an exhibition, but it's more to do with all sorts of different kinds of art. It's not just photography. And but I think my projects, my collection of photos of street is trying to get like bundle no photos together that kind of match. But I'm not working on any major projects. No, I'm just kind of doing my street and doing my portrait, but
Yeah,
it is I'm quite busy doing that. But it's yeah, those two things, it's two different worlds almost, with in my, like you say, preparing for a portrait or just going out on the
yes.
street and seeing what happens is different. But I guess I'm doing photography about 3 days a week, and then yeah,
Oh,
actually, or
wow.
maybe sometimes four. Yeah, yeah. I've got a camera in my hand quite a lot. I've always got a camera with me, but
Yeah, good. Really, that's quite a discipline.
yeah, yeah. But it's because I really, really love it. I really love it. It's not just. Yeah, I really do. I have to do it. I have to do it. It's not, I don't often feel like I've even got a choice. I just have to. I just love doing it so much, and it's a good release, and it releases stuff that's in me. And I mean, I have always got ideas. I'm constantly got ideas in my head, and how,
Yeah.
so yeah. But so now I've just got to, I don't know, maybe I should start looking through the photos properly and then seeing if I can find,
Oh
but
my God. But
exhibiting.
but that's a lot of work. Coming back to your archive and
Oh,
taking a
yeah, it
look
is.
to
Yeah.
hundreds or thousands of pictures, it's a lot
Yeah,
of work, but
it
it's quite
is.
revealing, you know? Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just go through bits, and because
Yeah.
I can sometimes not like a photo and then like them, or the other way around, that I think,
Yes.
why did I like that photo? Why did I
Yeah.
like that photo?
Yeah.
What was it I saw in that photo? And the other way around, I was thinking, hey, I missed that photo. How come I didn't see that earlier? So it's nice to have a look. But I do throw. I don't keep all the photos I take either. I put them on my laptop, and it's like yes, no, maybe, yes, no, maybe. And I'm very quick decision maker. But the ones that are
Yes.
on there, yeah. So I don't know. At the moment I'm just kind of going with the flow. I've got
Yeah.
a few things. I mean, this for example. I mean, it was when I got invited. I was like, oh, are you sure? And I was really looking forward to it. I was really looking forward to speaking to you actually today. I was kind of quite, like I said, I was quite nervous, but it's nice. It's nice. And next week I've got something. A book launch from an author I'm my portrait's on the back of his book. So there's kind
Oh,
of,
wow.
yeah, there's stuff going on, which is really nice, and I'm really pleased and chuffed, and so it's all good. And like I said at the beginning of this time last year, I wasn't sure if I could even do it. I mean, it was hellish, to be honest. It was really horrible. And then a few really amazing things happened in May with Worldwide Streets and other, and then suddenly I thought, oh, so I kept working. I kept working. Do you know, I'm quite proud of myself for that. I don't like to say that at all. I hate saying anything like that about myself, but I'm really glad that I kept at it and I stuck at it and I didn't give up, because there were plenty of times when I just thought, that's it, I'm going to give up. But I'm really glad I didn't, because it's still here and I'm still loving it. No.
Do you have a favorite place, a favorite city to go outside, to go out on the street? A happy
um
place? I don't know.
I'm going to say that although Rotterdam is my home and has been for many, many years, and I love Amsterdam, but I'm going to say London. London has a huge bit of my heart. And that is because my father was a Londoner. He was born and bred in London, South London. And whenever I go there, I mean, my father isn't alive anymore. And whenever I go there, it's like I'm a little bit closer to him. And I just think London's amazing anyway. Really amazing. Two of my best friends live there, who I've known since I was 14. So that's a long time. Yeah, London. London. Yeah, I love it when I go back. I get out of the train, out of the Eurostar at St Pancras, and I'm just like, yes. I would like a
Yes.
huge smile. It's amazing. So, but I would like to travel a bit more. I mean, I have to admit, I've never been to Tokyo, New York, all those, places, but I haven't really been to many big cities. And sometimes it's a bit of a shame. Do you know, I've never been to Spain either.
Oh.
That's really bad. Sorry, sorry. So so yeah, no, yeah, London's definitely my. I just think a massive piece of my heart. Although I've been
Yes.
living in Holland for a very long time.
Yes.
Um, it's yeah, I don't know. My roots are in England. I never lived in London myself. I grew up in a place called Bath, which is southwest of England. But London's definitely just a gorgeous city. It's got
Oh, yes,
so
it
much.
is. It's crazy.
Mm, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's so big, isn't it, as well? But
Yeah.
it's mad.
Amazing.
I love
Yeah.
it. And so there are really cool places for me to go there. So yeah. And
You
yeah,
ha- you
Rotterdam's
have to
cool.
come to Mexico.
I should, shouldn't
You will
I?
love it. Yeah. You have to come to Mexico. It's crazy too. Another
Yeah, I
kind of
should.
craziness, but
Yeah, but yeah, no,
it's,
and nice weather. It's got more good weather,
oh,
hasn't it?
yes. Yes. Now it's
Mm.
sunny and no
And if I
no
can come and meet
winter.
you, if I
Winter
can
is
come and meet
already
you,
gone here.
and come
Yeah.
and meet you, two Sagittarians out in the town.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That would be
Yes.
fun.
We must do that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Definitely. Yes, absolutely. So, well, how do you how do you dream, or what do you dream about your future? You have already told us about having a solo exhibition. That would be amazing. And do you have any plans for your
Um,
future? Any dreams?
yeah, I mean, yeah, apart from the solo exhibition is definitely a big dream. I mean, I've had one, but one I like another one, and also with, like I said, if someone's got like loads of money they want to give me, great, I can get it all sorted then. But I've got loads of ideas for that. I mean, also taking portraits and taking more portraits. That's definitely something I want to do. And maybe if people, yeah, I don't know, I think my at the moment I'm just really happy where I am, and I just want to keep going the way I'm going, because I don't want to move too fast, because I get quite overwhelmed.
Yeah.
If it goes, it's a bit like, if it goes nice in a flow and stuff. But like I said before, I mean, I'm very social, and I like being with people, around people, and I don't know if you feel the same, but I also quite like being on my own. So it's, I can either be really social and really, but I also just like kind of being, with
Yes.
on my own, and then. Um, but my dreams are definitely another solo exhibition and more portraits and more shoots, because I did try wedding shoots and family shoots in my style, not compromising on my
Yeah.
style at all. I loved those. It wasn't like whole weddings, but bride and bridegroom shoots. So there, I love doing that as well. And I was really pleased with the results because I had an idea in my head of how I wanted it to look and made that happen as well. So yeah, basically, if I want to do something, I just try it. I mean, you've got people in life like me who never read the instruction book. We just try and press a few buttons, and I mean, I'm like that, always like that. I'm one of these people, and even if I've got a new hairdryer, I don't read the instruction book, I just turn it on. And so, and that's the same with photography. I don't really have the instruction book. I just try, and I think, oh, I'll try that, or I'll try that, and if I
Yeah.
fail, I'm not necessarily really disappointed at failing. I just
Oh
would be
no.
really, really disappointed if I didn't try. I would be
Of
really
course.
disappointed in myself. So um, that's definitely something I'm just going to keep doing. But no, the only dreams the two dreams: more portraits and a solo exhibition. How I
But
want it.
I really loved what you said, that you are happy with how the things are now in your present tense. And because, yes, it's true that we are always thinking about the future and we are not enjoying what's going on right now with our lives. So
No,
I really love you said that, and I will keep it in mind for me to just now the
now
present
is
is
now
okay,
is
it's enough, and I don't need to to think all the time in the next thing.
now is all you've got. I
Yeah.
learned that. I learned that at Dare, actually, and now is it's all you've got. You've only got now, and it's true. Last year, I was in hospitals quite a lot and stuff, and I saw
Yeah.
people that might not have now. They might not have that anymore. They might not be here, and more than ever, it just made me realize it could be
Yes.
over tomorrow. So why aren't we just doing it now? Why aren't we just out there living our most crazy lives? And yeah, I mean, I mean, that's basically what I'm doing.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. No, I'm doing it today, or no, I'm going out now. How many times I spontaneously got the train to Amsterdam or to Antwerp, or do you know what I mean? I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm not thinking about next year because I don't know if I've got it, and also because I've got no control of it anyway. I can only control what's happening today and now, and
Yes.
that's the same with my photography, because there were times I thought, oh, I wish this, I wish that. I thought, oh, good Christ, I wouldn't have been here if I didn't spend 4 years. These photos didn't happen in 2 weeks. It took years and years of failing,
Yes.
and years of not getting the shot, years and years of not daring to do it, telling myself I couldn't. You don't want to know the amount of times I told myself how bad I was. And then it's like, well, why? Who for?
Yeah.
It's so in that sense, I've grown quite a lot in that I can now say, look, this is what I do. I really like it, and I'm planning on doing it tomorrow as well. So yeah, if you like it, great. And I get a lot of people who are very supportive and who are get some lovely comments and really nice messages and really good DMs, and
Oh,
that's all lovely. I really,
yeah.
I mean that. I really, really appreciate it. I get really shy with compliments, but I really appreciate it. But at the
Oh,
end of the day,
yeah.
when you're being creative and you're creating, we're our own worst. Well, I'm going to talk for myself. I'm my own worst enemy sometimes as well. And so it's nice to just think, oh God, yeah. I think turning 50, to be honest, was also one of those points. I just thought, oh, you know what? I can't swear, I won't swear, but it's an F word. I just thought F it. you know, your own, you don't, you just enjoy. And it's such a
Yes.
good feeling. It's a really good feeling. And
Yeah,
it's not necessarily going to get me a good shot, but it's going to keep me going out and trying to get the good
exactly.
shots.
Exactly. That's the main thing. And
Yeah.
this is the best way to end our live today with your words and your reflections about being present and
Oh,
about being happy with uh, our uh, present reality and enjoy the moment, seize the moment.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it
Do it.
was really, really lovely
Oh,
chatting with you, Iris.
yeah.
I'll
I
be
really
waiting
enjoyed
for
it
you in
too.
Mexico.
Oh, it was really nice. It was lovely meeting you. Thank you so much for the invite, and I'm very honored to be here. And thank you.
Oh,
It was really nice. I love your
thank you.
energy as
Yes,
well.
I really love this live, and thank you everybody who joined
Yeah,
us today.
thank you. Thank you
If
for listening.
you don't follow and you don't know Iris, sorry.
Oh, Iris or Iris, it doesn't matter. I'm both. Iris is in
Oh,
English and Iris. Yeah, so Iris is English, Iris is Dutch. It doesn't, anyone can
yes.
say what they want.
I will say it in Dutch. If you don't know Iris' work, please follow her
Oh,
and take a look to her amazing images and her
oh.
amazing work. So we will looking forward for your solo exhibition, Iris.
Well, I'll
And
let you know.
yeah, and thanks again. See you soon, and thank
Yeah,
you,
take
Street
care. Take
Macadam.
care. Yeah,
Take
thank
care.
you. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
How do I turn it off?